The FlutterFlow MCP allows you to use any agent like Claude Code, Codex, Gemini CLI, or Cursor to have full control over building your FlutterFlow apps. And you can use it to edit projects you've already created in FlutterFlow or start whole new apps straight from your agent, and we'll look at both of those flows. Along the way, we'll look at some helpful tips and hidden tricks so that you can get the most out of this. Okay, so let's start by setting this up. So first we're gonna need to download this FlutterFlow CLI at this URL here. And let's grab this command right here, paste this in, and run it in your terminal. This will download the FlutterFlow CLI package from pub.dev, installs its FlutterFlow executable globally on your machine, so you can run FlutterFlow AI from any directory. Think of it like npm install -g for Dart. And you only need to do this once. After this, when you run your next command, FlutterFlow AI, that will always download the latest version of the package. Okay, so let's do this. So FlutterFlow AI init, and then whatever you want your folder name to be. So we're gonna make a basketball shoes e-commerce app, so we're just gonna call it b-ball, and enter. Next, we need to grab our FlutterFlow API key, and you can grab that in the FlutterFlow dashboard if you go down to your account and your API token right here. Paste that in and hit enter. Now, if you wanna edit an already existing FlutterFlow project, you could put that project ID here. We'll do that later. Right now, we're creating a whole new app, so we can just hit enter. This is gonna give a summary of your workspace, and just press Y to accept that. Okay, great. This project is set up. Now we can just CD into it. So change directory, b-ball. Great, now we're in there. And that's it. That's everything you need to do for your setup. So now we have this workspace, this folder ready, and you can open this folder in whatever agent you want. So if we just list this directory right here, you can see the resources you'll have available to your agent. You don't have to worry about any of these. Your agent will read it and understand how to work with FlutterFlow. All you need to do is start your agent. So I'm going to use Claude, so just open up Claude, and we're ready to go. So I want Claude to create an e-commerce app for basketball shoes. I also want to add a design system, and I like this Swiss grid one here that I got from design.md directory. So I'm just going to scroll down, and here's the file. I'm just going to copy that and tell Claude, use this design system. Great, now Claude will get to work. Okay, beautiful. This is done. We've got 5 pages. We got components. We've got our design system. Let's go take a look. All right, this is looking great right here. We've got all of our different pages. Let's give it a test. Okay, yeah, this is looking cool. Awesome. Now, let's say I was making some changes visually in here, because that's the idea of having agent access as well as visual development. These are different tools that have different strengths and weaknesses. Sometimes you want to just go in and make quick visual tweaks that would take an agent much longer and be much more token intensive. How do you do that and keep them in sync? Well, let me show you. So let's take this button right here, and I just want to get rid of some of this padding right here and make it a little bit bigger here. So let's say 40. Okay, yeah, I like that. So now let's pull down the latest changes. And you can just prompt the agent for that. Say, pull the latest changes from FlutterFlow. Awesome, there it is. Changes are synced. Okay, now let's see how to edit a project that we've already created in FlutterFlow. All right, so I've exited Claude, and I'm going to get out of this folder right here because I want a clean workspace and folder for this new project. Let me show you the app I'm going to edit. So I've got this Netflix style science documentary app right here with a couple of pages where you can search through documentaries. Okay, in order to connect this up, all we need is the project ID. And you can either get that from the URL, which is right here, this part that is after the project / and before any other parameters here. Or an even easier way is to just click up here and grab this project ID by clicking that. Okay, so now we're gonna run that same command, FlutterFlow AI init, give it a folder workspace name. We're just gonna call it sci, and we're just gonna pass a flag here with -- project and paste in that project ID. Paste in that FlutterFlow key again. That all looks good, and accept. Okay, great, it's cloned down the project. And so now same thing as before, let's just change directories into that folder. We're in there now, and if we look at it, everything is the same except for we've got this generated code, which is that FlutterFlow project. Beautiful. Now, same thing as before, just open up your preferred agent. I'm going to use Claude, and now we prompt just like normal. So let's say we want to add navigation. Claude is asking a follow-up question about what precisely I want the navigation to do. I just want a simple navigation right now, so I'm going to say implement A. Okay, this is all done. We've got some navigation added to the onboarding page with the start exploring. Let's go take a look. So we're on the onboarding page. We've got the start exploring button, and beautiful. There's our navigation. The other thing that you can do with agents is you can add integrations. But to do that, we need to create the project first, then we can let Claude do all the other work. So I'm just gonna go over here, create a project. All right, and generate config files. Beautiful. Now Claude's ready to work. Add Firebase collections and document structures based on the app. All right, that's all done. Let's go take a look. Beautiful. A few other tips. First, if you want to work in a highly targeted manner, we have a helper feature. So if I wanted to work on this button right here, and in the widget tree, I can right click and copy FlutterFlow AI selector. This way, when you pass that to the agent, you can ask for some update the color of this button, and then paste it in. Next tip, you can ask the agent to implement any custom code, custom widget, or custom actions. So for instance, if you've got a pub.dev package you want to use, I want to use this panorama viewer here, just pass it as a reference. Add a custom panorama viewer widget using this package. Claude will go understand the package and implement it in FlutterFlow. Next, if you have errors in FlutterFlow, like this, just select it, right click, copy the FlutterFlow selector, and give that context to Claude. There's a possible layout crash error. Please fix, and paste in that selector. All right, the panorama view is done and it's fixed those errors. Let's take a look. Let's go into our custom widget. There it is. And we're using that panorama viewer package. Beautiful. Another tip, the FlutterFlow AI integration becomes even more powerful when agents have access to other services. For instance, I've connected the Supabase MCP here, and I've got this rental property app, but I haven't set up my backend yet. So I can say, based on this project, generate the database schema, including tables, relationships, and RLS policies. And Claude will look at your project, understand it, and then use the Supabase MCP to create the schema. Okay, schema is live. Let's jump over to FlutterFlow and take a look. Let's go over to our settings and search for Supabase and get our schema. Beautiful. One last tip. If you want to work on different branches, let me show you how to do that. So let's make a feature branch here. Let's create a new branch, and this will be for a search filter feature. Let's create that branch. And now from the URL, just grab this ID right here. Then we'll FlutterFlow AI init sci filter, pass the project ID, API key, CD into that folder. And now we're working on just that branch. These are just some of the things that you can do with the FlutterFlow MCP. Let us know if you have any questions, and we'll see you in the next video.